here with me. I am very excited to have these two girls. We are just going to go through and just start talking about life, talking about how we can be growing in this quarantine time. So I'm going to pass it over to you, ladies, and you guys can go ahead and share just right where you're at, and we'll rock and roll.
Great, thank you. Well, we're excited to be on.
Woo!
So, Jess, you want to explain what's been going on? You can start. Okay, so Jess and I, as you probably know, we're sisters, and so we're kind of in two opposite positions right now. I am very motivated right now during quarantine, and Jess is not. She just isn't. So our issue right now is that I'll be like, Jess, let's go walk the dog. Let's do yoga. Let's be doing things. And Jessica will just sit in her bed all day and watch TikToks, which is fine. But you know what? It's kind of an issue.
Yeah.
So we don't know. You were looking for some advice on how to get more motivated.
Yeah.
So I'll start breaking down each of those things. So that's you're not alone, Jessica. I'll start there. There are so many. We talked about it yesterday. Right now is going to be the easiest time, and it looks different for everybody. For some people, that's sitting down and watching an insane amount of Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And for some people, that's sitting on your phone and just doing the scroll, right? And it's been set up in a way that actually is so easy to do. It's set up in a way where I'm so guilty of this. I talked about it in yesterday's episode. You'll sit there and you'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna watch one real quick, and the next thing you know, it's been like 45 minutes, and like you don't even realize the time has passed because there's just quick short videos. It jumps from one to the next. You're just going like this. You're laughing. Like, it's really easy to lose track of time. So we'll talk a little bit into that, but I want to jump into where each of you are at personally right now. So I get the motivation side for you, so I'm going to come back over to you, Courtney. I'll start with Jessica. So where are you at right now?
Like,
you said you want to get more motivated, right?
yeah, because I have stuff that I want to do. Like, I want to clean my room and like do all this stuff. But then by the time I wake up, there's just like not enough time and I don't have enough energy to do it.
Okay, so I would take this back into an acting concept. In our scripts, we always talk about finding the why. We always go, all right, let's dive deep and go why, 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 why. So in that same context, you go, I want to clean my room. Okay, I want to do these things inside of the house. I want to grow in this way. Why? So like, let's go all the way down to the core. Why do you want to clean your room? Why is it important to you?
Because it's really messy.
Okay. So it's super messy.
Really messy.
But why does it matter if it's not messy?
Because it just like, it makes me feel better when it's clean.
Okay, good. Now we're getting somewhere. So here's where I'm starting to get at here. We have to find a deep enough why to get you to want to get up to do that thing. To get you to decide that it's more important for me to wake up at X time and get this thing done. If it's like something I kind of want to do, but I'm like not 100%, then of course it's not going to get done. Of course we're not going to get to that place where I want to do it because I'm like, I would really like to clean my room, but also I would really like to sit here and do nothing.
Yeah.
Because that sounds pretty awesome too. Like, that's where that conflict comes in. So if you go, all right, here's why I need to clean my room. I need to clean my room because it's going to make me feel better. Awesome. Why do you want to feel better? Let's take that.
Because like when I feel good, then I can like get a lot of more stuff done.
Okay, good. So now that you're feeling better, you can get more stuff done. What stuff?
What else do you want to do?
Like walk the dogs with you.
Okay, good. So part of the reason of not doing some of that stuff is feeling like we're in this state where it's very easy to just, again, lay down and relax because there's not a space that makes you feel like you can do more. So recently, Joey just cleaned up his room in a really cool way, and he was working from home. So he made it into an awesome office, like so cool. Well, I got mega jealous, and then I started cleaning my room better. And then I was like, oh, then I got hooked. So then I got a desk in there, and then I got like these other things, and I started adding stuff. Next thing you know, I got Alexa, and I got lights that turn on when I tell them to. Like,
Oh.
yeah, like these just fun things. And now Joey likes coming in the room and going, Alexa, turn the lights red, and I'm like, no. But like, there's this thing where basically he decided to start doing this. Okay. But now that the space is more clean, when it's not, it feels weird, and it feels off. So I would say get to your why down to the fact that you need to get in there and get that done so that you can get yourself more motivated. And I would challenge you to start figuring out those things are things that Courtney mentioned doing. Yeah, walking the dog sounds awesome. Yoga sounds awesome. Those things are cool, right? But what do you really want to do? What do you really want to do? Because here's the thing. Courtney may want to go on a walk. And so to support Courtney and spend time with Courtney, you may go on a walk. Again, I take it back to Joey because he and I are the ones that hang out with each other the most as really good friends and well, best friends. Basically, when we do stuff together, we look at what the other person likes sometimes. So like he likes playing Madden. It's a video game, right? And I don't really like Madden. I like a different game. And so I'll play his game purely to give to him. It's fun for me. It's good. It's good. I enjoy the time with him, but I'm doing it for him. And I just know that that's the case. So I'm back to improv, framing my mind to say, hey, I'm doing this for you. It's fun for me, but it's for you. So maybe yours is, and I don't know, and this is what you need to get into, Jessica. You need to figure out what it is. It might be making TikToks. It might be making content for real, because right now there's a gold mine of opportunity where there's so much time. We talked about this again yesterday for you to do. But to do that, you need to figure out what your do should be. You need to figure out what is fun for you. And it may not sound fun to Courtney, but you go, hey, you frame her and you go, I would really like it if you would do this thing with me. So Courtney makes a sacrifice and does this with you. She makes some silly song video. You go out and walk the dogs with her. You guys are spending time together, helping each other, but then also getting your stuff fulfilled too. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I would really challenge you to look into that, because I would think that yes, walking the dog sounds nice. Yes, yoga sounds nice, but you didn't come up with those ideas. She did, right? So, hey, cool. Fun. So, think of some, and I'm going to come back to you, and we're going to see what we come up with, okay? Cool. So, jumping back to you, Courtney, you mentioned that basically you've got too much motivation right now, right?
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So, I'm waking up pretty much at like 8:30 every morning, and like Matt told me, I've been waking up with one alarm, so I'm like getting up.
Woo!
And then,
What alarm!
yeah. And I'm making breakfast for the family, and then I do all my schoolwork, and then Jessica is just waking up by the time I'm eating lunch. So it's kind of hard because like I said, I want to be doing all these things. So I've been doing them with my mom, but sometimes she needs a break from me. But there's certain things that I just like, I can't do them by myself, or I want company while doing them. So I kind of need to figure out, like, I don't know, what I'm doing.
That totally makes sense. So I got a couple things to talk on in that. What are the things? Tell me about the things. So you said there are things that I can do by myself, and there are things that I legitimately need someone else for. Tell me about those things.
That I need someone else for?
Yeah, things you need someone else for, and the things you do by yourself. Like, what are the things you're doing right now?
Like we're going through and we're organizing the house. So one day it'll be the fridge, one day it'll be like the art closet, one day it'll be like the food pantry. So for that, I feel like I need my mom sort of, but then like I guess I could, if I wanted to walk the dogs, I could figure out a way to do it myself, which isn't as enjoyable, and it's also harder because we have 3 dogs and I cannot walk them all by myself. So that's kind of the thing that I can't do by myself. But I've been like, when my mom needs to go take calls, I'll draw, I'll finish schoolwork for the next day, I'll like figure it out. But don't know.
No, that's perfect. So with the fridge, let's go back to the fridge for a second. Do you like organizing and cleaning?
Depending on what I'm organizing.
Okay, stuff like that. Do you like it?
Not the fridge, no.
Okay. Why not the fridge?
It's disgusting.
Super gross.
Well, like our fridge isn't disgusting, but I don't like going through the food that's old.
Okay, cool. Totally makes sense. So going back to studio, what's so cool is as a crew member, I know for a fact you were the one who were like, hey, you guys got to really sanitize all these things and do that. So there's a piece of you, depending on the type, because there's different kinds of cleaning and different types of organizing, that enjoys that. You really like it. There's a piece of you that does. It's just a fact, okay? Jess, do you like it?
Not really.
Not really, okay? So everyone's personality is different. So going all the way back to the beginning, the example I used with Joey and I in that video game, you guys need to start talking to each other, being really honest and loving with each other, and realize where are the places that I really want you to help me and need you to help me, and the other person going, okay, yeah, I'm purely in here to serve and help you in this reason right now. Like, I'm walking the dogs not because I want to, but because you want me to, you need my help, and I'm helping you. And then you'll get to help her on the reverse end in things that she likes. But the hard thing is we do this all the time. This is everybody. We compare. We put each other in this place where I look at you and I want you to do the things I'm doing, especially when you start getting in a motivation state, which is awesome, by the way, Courtney. When you get in a motivation state, you want everyone there with you. You want them in the boat with you. You want them doing exactly what you're doing. But the problem is you can't. You can't, because everyone's a little different. And Jessica, you're going to start getting motivated in your own ways. And I would challenge you to start pushing these things. And based on what you told me, you want to. You totally want to. So we're going to figure out some ways to help you do that. But it's going to look different, Courtney. I want you to understand it's going to look different. So, for example, again, Matt gets up at 3:30 in the morning. There's no way on God's green earth that I'm going to get up at 3:30 in the morning, okay? That's just not happening for where I'm at right now. It's not going to work for me. However, I am getting up early. I'm getting up early. I'm not, and holding myself accountable, I'm not where I want to be yet. I want to create a scheduled time for me that is my time, whether that's 4:30, 5:30, like whatever it ends up being, that I stay consistent with. But if I try and be Matt and do the things Matt does the way Matt does them, I'm just going to be disappointed all the time, and I'm going to feel like I'm not good enough. And maybe I just need to figure out for me what stuff it is that I need, what things that, and keep myself motivated within that, not make excuses, not go, well, that means that I can get up at 11. Like, no, that's not the case, but to get my goals done, I still do need to get up early, but it doesn't need to look like what it looks like for Matt. It might change. That might change. When I start writing the book I want to write, that will probably change and go even earlier because I'm going to need that time even more in the morning. So it's about sort of realizing where each one of you is at and just listening to that.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
Oops, sorry. I just wanted to kind of change the subject a little. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So the other thing that we forgot to mention, which is kind of a big deal. So Jessica's bat mitzvah was supposed to be this weekend. It was supposed to be tomorrow, which we had to cancel because of what's going on right now. So that's been a little difficult, I think, for all of us, especially Jessica.
Yeah.
And what else was I going to say? And then just like everything, it's hard to kind of stay hopeful when things aren't going the way that we have planned on. Like, I'm really involved with, as you know, Swift Youth Foundation. Our first session of camp this summer got canceled, which means only half the kids get to go. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's for their safety, but also it's kind of hard because it's such like a fun and positive thing. And now there's like hundreds of kids that don't get to go to camp this summer because of what's been going on. And it's like, how am I supposed to stay positive about that when these bad things are just happening because of it?
My first answer is go to God. That's my first answer. So talking bar mitzvah and going into that, that's starting to come into your own faith, and the event itself is a celebration with the people you love about all this work you've put in to celebrate and show to everyone your faith and where you are in life right now, right? And so going down deep into that, what God promises is that he loves us. He promises that he cares for us. He never promises, not once, that it's going to be easy. Never. Like, God's not like, hey, it's going to be a smooth ride. Like, chill, it's going to be fun. As long as you're good, you're, like, listening to me, and you're being good to people, everything's going to be, it's like the exact opposite. In fact, we're taught by God that basically when you become godly, when you become loving and helpful and serving, the opposite happens. Because we live in a world that's broken. We live in a world where there's a lot of people that aren't that way. So they're going to try and drag you down. Life is going to try and drag you down. When things go really well, that's when the negative stuff starts happening. So right now, to find positivity, I go all the way down to simple, okay? So I'm going to go out, okay? I want you both to do something for me. Just put out your hands, okay? Go like that. Now wiggle your fingers. You both have them all, right?
Yep.
Okay. So inside of your shoes, go ahead and wiggle your toes. You still have them all, right?
Yes.
I don't. Okay, and I'm not upset about that. I just want you to realize that that's such a teeny tiny thing you don't think about. Take a deep breath in. And out. Every day you get to breathe is a blessing. Every single one. But we get comfortable. We get comfortable. We see a lot of things. We get used to certain things. And we forget that we are so incredibly blessed just by the fact that we woke up this morning. By the fact that you two have each other. That we're going through struggles and figuring it out, but like, you guys love each other enough to both speak on how you're feeling about the other and try and help and fix it because you want to grow together. That's incredible. There are so many people out there who would just be dying for that. I talked to Wyatt and Isabel in yesterday's episode about this. Like, that is a blessing you need to get way into. So talking about how to work on it, I would take out a list of all the little things you don't think about. I would spend a good amount of time on it and put it somewhere where you can see it. Several places you can see it. Put it in your room, put it in your bathroom, and in this state where you're stuck at home or we're in this quarantine lockdown, then when you're starting to feel like things are not good, like you're stuck and you're in a rut, you go over and you look at those things and you're like, oh yeah, I'm incredibly blessed. What am I thinking? So that's step one. Step two would be journaling. I would say
We've been journaling.
We've been journaling every day.
Really? Tell me about that.
So the first day that we went into quarantine like a week and a half before everyone else started. So my mom came out and handed us these like journals. She let us choose our color. And we got these like cute little markers, and every day we've been writing about it because her thought is that like, yeah, it kind of like some things kind of suck right now, but for the most part, it's kind of just something that we're going to look back on with our kids and be like, wow, remember that? So we've been writing about just our day, what we've been doing. So like I already started looking back, and it's like the first day I was so excited because I got to go to the grocery store, and I'm like, oh, that's funny.
That's right. Would you have ever just gotten excited to go to the grocery store before?
No, but now I get dressed, I do my hair, and I drive there. I get to drive the car, and we go through the grocery store. And
I'm going to stop you
for
a second. You what? You get to.
Yes.
You get to drive the car. And I think this is, if I had to go like, what is God trying to teach the world right now? I would guess that a part of it is understanding everything that you get to do. because that's something that normally you would say, I have to drive to the grocery store to get something. I have to do my homework. I have to blank. Like, if you just reverse that and go, I get to, like, even homework, seriously, you get to do homework. That means you live in a society in which you are gifted in education. There are people around the world who do not have that, who do not have the means to be able to be sitting in a classroom and learning, who have teachers who care enough to be sitting behind a laptop having no idea what the heck they're doing with technology. Like, my brother's a teacher, and we sat together and we went through Zoom together because he was like wanting to learn it and go through it and talking about it all over. Let's go into TikTok. There are videos everywhere where teachers are just like, what am I doing? They don't know, but they do it because they care about you, and that's something we often forget. It's something we look right over. And so not only is this a time that you're going to talk about with your grandkids, with your kids one day, but I would argue this is a time that you are going to treasure. You are going to treasure the moments where you guys grabbed a webcam and you sat behind it together and you both just like talked to people and you hung out together and went on walks together and did whatever we're going to find out that Jessica likes to do, videos or whatever. Like, you are going to treasure these moments, and they're going to mean so much to you. Last night, we went and we were working on a thank you video, and we were here till like 1 in the morning. And it was like 11, and Midnight Salami was here with us. That's Matt's son, Jack. We call him Midnight Salami.
Midnight Salami?
That's right, Midnight Salami, because he stays up sometimes till midnight, and when he does, he needs to grab a salami snack from the fridge. So we have nicknamed him. Kid. Yeah, nickname is Midnight Salami. So Midnight Salami's here, and we go out into the parking lot after we've rehearsed this a bunch of times just to throw the football. And it's just me and Matt and Joey and Matt's son. And I'm looking at it, and that's my family, you know? I'm not married. I don't have kid. Like, my family is my brother and my other brother, Matt. Like, that's my family. And so we were outside in the middle of the night in an empty parking lot throwing a football in the dark with some lighting. And I will never forget that memory from last night. I will never forget it. I will treasure it forever, and there's going to be a lot of those for you. So I would say keep journaling, keep going through that, and figure out how you can serve the other person, how you can love and serve them. And then when you look at it that way, Jessica, all of a sudden you're like, I'm getting up because I have to, because I want to serve my sister. I want to
serve me.
Seriously, I mean it. And you should do the same. You not only should, you have to. You have to. The greatest leaders in the world are servants. They are absolute servants. Matt will get on his hands and knees and clean the bathroom. No problem at all. Like, it was clogged a while back, like a few weeks ago. I'm not going to say who did it. But, okay, he went out afterwards, and it took days for them to fix this thing, and ended up there was like a toy in there a kid dropped or something. But he went through, and there was like stuff on the walls and things. Like, he went through and cleaned the whole bathroom. He runs the place. Could easily have told me or Joey to do it. Could easily have told someone else, but he serves. That's what he does. We do that for each other as much as possible. Joey does it for me on like over here. He was helping with tech stuff and making things work and helping because he knew how important this show is to me. And he's serving, and he's got a project to do out there right now in the front room, but he's serving and helping. It is absolutely our job to serve. And when we serve, we get back just as much. We get back just as much, and it feels better. You'll feel more full of joy, and your relationship will grow together. So before we end, I want to come back to Jessica because I'm not going to let you get away with this, okay? We're going to talk through some things that you personally enjoy.
I like to bake. I like to make TikToks.
Okay.
I like to do self-care, like do face masks and like paint nails, that kind of thing.
Okay.
I like to
play the ukulele.
Yeah, I play the ukulele. I like to play. I like just having like movie days, like eating popcorn, watching like a good movie.
Okay, how much of that have you been doing with her?
we've made TikToks together.
We made cookies this morning. We made cookie dough that didn't get turned into cookies.
Somebody.
Hey, you took it one step further than I would have taken it, so that's great. So, looking at this now, your walk is going to be daily, right, Courtney? You're making your dog walk daily because that's
Yep.
something that we're doing. You're doing your yoga because why?
Because I like it.
And you want someone else there, why?
Because I want her to do it with me.
Why?
I don't know.
Because you like being around her.
Yes, that
Because
too.
you love your sister.
Yes.
Like,
I do.
really, like, if you didn't, you wouldn't want her to do yoga with you. You'd want the door closed and you'd want to be in your own zone.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So you want her to be a part of what you're doing. So, Jessica, you need to decide that you're going to make those things that are important to you a non-negotiable every day. So you can decide which ones are that way and which ones are in between. But, man, if we decided that Courtney's handling the active, let's make sure we're doing all these certain things and helps motivate you, and you go, hey, chill. Let's relax for real. Let's sit down and let's watch a movie and have some popcorn because Courtney, your mind's gonna be like, well, I got this next thing I gotta do. I'm only on 10 on less of 15. Like, that's your mind, and you're in a different space. And so if you guys just compliment each other in that way and are open to that, then all of a sudden you're gonna have a very, very powerful relationship where you're gonna help fill each other's buckets in ways that they need to be filled, but we don't necessarily do on our own because it's not our natural way of doing things.
Yeah.
I would not be as motivated as I am to do a lot of the things I do without Matt in my life. It's the truth. I help people. I talk with people. I love motivating and helping them grow. But when it comes to self-motivation in certain areas, I have a hard time with things. And so he helps me a lot with calling myself out because I struggle with that. And if it wasn't for him doing that, then I wouldn't be able to do a lot of the things that I'm able to do. And so you guys can do that for each other. Be open to it. When she says, let's watch a movie, let's make that a part of the day. And I'll take it back to the challenge I gave to Isabel and Wyatt yesterday, okay? Your challenge is going to be schedule some of that out.
Okay.
Because, Jess, you don't want to be sleeping until 1. You don't, right? I know you don't. Like, you want to sleep in. Cool. You don't want to sleep in till 1 or 2. And you talked about, like, sleep schedule and stuff. I'm having a hard time getting to sleep because I can't sleep till 3. Well, duh, you slept till 1. Like, it's going to be so hard. And I'll tell you this from experience because I was a late night person. I was a late night person. I was a, like, 3 in the morning, go to sleep, wake up at, like, 10 to go to work guy for a while, okay? Because I taught classes, and I used that as an excuse, and I'd stay up super late, and I wouldn't come in, and Matt would literally have to come knock on my door at my apartment to get me up sometimes. So I feel you, okay?
Oh, gosh.
For real. And so now we go into this idea of finding the motivation and understanding it. You have to, and it's going to be hard the first couple nights, Jessica, you have to force yourself to go to bed sooner. Even if that means laying in bed, and you're not allowed to lay in bed with the phone. You're not allowed. Because here's the deal. That is a attention grabber. It's literally made for that. It is made to pull your attention and entertain you. So, if you are sitting there and saying you're trying to sleep but going like this, you're actually not. So you have to put it away, force yourself to try and get on a sleep schedule, and I don't care if that's midnight. Couple hours will help. I don't care if it's 11. Like, you decide I'm going to go to bed at 11 and I'm going to get up. You can get plenty of sleep. If you go to bed at midnight and wake up at 8, you still got 8 full hours of sleep. Right?
True that.
True that. So I'm telling you it's going to be hard, but decide at nighttime you're going to put your stuff away. You're going to put away your TikTok, and if you can't sleep, you just have to lay there. You have to lay there, keep forcing yourself, and the first night it won't work. I'm going to tell you right now. Tonight, it ain't going to work. You're going to probably lay there and just lay, but don't be disciplined. Don't go to the phone. And then it'll become a little easier tomorrow, because if you got up and you chose to get up, you're going to be tired that night. If you sleep until 1 or 2, then there's no way that you're not going to be tired. You want to be tired around like 10, 11, whatever. Like, you want that. Because if you don't, then literally it's going to be so hard to wake up in the morning. And then again, you feel like you've wasted your day. Woo! So guys, that was awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
I appreciate you guys' time. I love you guys. So I know you guys already shared it out. We're going to be doing these videos every single day. Our goal is just to inspire teenagers. I've had, since I woke up from the coma, this deep desire to speak into the hearts and lives of teenagers. That's why I'm a teen teacher. And this is a new platform to do that. And so if anybody's watching, help share this, subscribe. But the goal is to just help more people get through these situations, because when it comes down to it, at our core, we all love each other very deeply. Love is at the center of everyone. Love is at the center of everything we do here. And so remember that. When you guys are getting frustrated with each other, things are getting challenging, remember that you love each other and you guys can help each other through this time, and you will never, never forget the time you guys spent together in this quarantine. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Brian.
You.
Woo! Great show.
Thank you. See you soon.
See ya. And thank you guys all again. Remember, subscribe, like, share it out. Share it with anybody, especially those who need encouragement. And if you're interested in joining an episode, go ahead and hop on, and you can text us, and we will bring you on to talk about whatever stuff you have going on. Thank you again.